ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। सर्ववेदान्तसिद्धान्तगोचरन्तमगोचरं गोविन्दं परमानन्दं सद्गुरुं प्रणतोऽस्मि। 399 श्लोका सेट संहितायां सति चित्तवृत्तौ परात्मनि ब्रह्मणि निर्विकल्पे न दृश्यते कश्चित् अयं विकल्पः प्रजल्पमात्रः परिशिष्यते ततः। After the samadhi, vritti is resolved in Parabrahma, Atma, then no vikalpa is seen. There is no vritti, so no vikalpa is possible, no vikalpa is seen. And seeing is an upalakshana for all cognition. No cognition is there other than the sakshi, shuddha sakshi being there, nothing else is there. No saksha is there. Thereby sakshi is just a term. Prajalpa matra parishishyate tata. Thereafter, whatever somebody talks about that state, it is just prajalpana. Nothing more, it is just, these are mere words then. Because there is no padartha to associate with. Other than the Atma, there is nothing. So all padas have lost their meaning. Pada and padartha really have a nitya sambandha, but those padas are nitya. Padartha is whichever was objectified, that padartha is no longer separate from you. Thereby padas are just prajalpana, they are just mere words. Anatmavasananam prakshinatvat evam upadesha vasita advaitantakarnam shishyam prati द्वैतस्य अत्यंतम असत्वम सकल वेदांत तात्पर्य विषयम अनुभव युक्ति दृष्टांत श्रुतिभिः उपदिशति सत्कल्प इत्यादिना. So 400 shloka is introduced by Bhagavan Vyakhyanakara, saying that the Atmavasananam prakshinatvat, since the vasanas which were talked about, anatma vasanam, not atma vasanam, anatma vasanam prakshinatvat, because of the anatma vasanas have become prakarshena kshina, they have been nullified, negated. So evam upadesha dhara, through the teaching, whatever upadesha dhara is, the upadesha dhara is continuing, there is a flow of teaching which is going on through the shlokas. There is a refrain of nididhyasana and Vasanakshaya has been talked about. Thereby Vasita Advaita Antakaranam, that Antakarana which is Shuddha and now has nothing but commitment to Advaita Tattva. Thereby Shishyam Prati Dvaitasya Atyantam Asatvam. Now it is okay for the Shishya to be told that Prapancha which is Dvaita Prapancha is actually not there. He already has anubhava of that now. He has prapancha shunyatva anubhava in samadhi. So the Advaita Vasana is so strong that instead of just saying this world has to be negated, mithya, he has already done that. So prapancha is atyantam asat now, because it was never existent. The snake which was seen earlier, cognized, and there was an effect of the snake as well, there was fear from the snake, is no longer there when you know that it is nothing but a rope. Then it is not only that the fear has gone, result has gone, the cause for the bhaya has also gone, the sarpa is gone. And not only has it gone, if you inquire into it at that point of time, you know that it was never there. Atyantam asat. Sarpa in the pratiti kala was mithya. In the bada kala it is not mithya. In bada kala it is atyantam asat, because it was not there, it is not there, and it will never be there. Therefore atyantam asat dvaitasya shishyam prati sakala vedanta tatparya vishayam. This is the goal of the entire Shruti, that prapancha has to be negated completely, because it was never existent. Its satta was borrowed from you. It appeared as separate, but that's all it is. Now it is all one, and not that now is a phrase. It is not that it was there earlier and now it has become one. It was never separate. It was never really existent. Anubhava yukti drishtanta shrutivihi upadishati. Now this is being taught. He is ready to be told that Dvaita is really completely non-existent, and Anubhava yukti, through Anubhava yukti and drishtanta, examples of the Shruti, through Shruti also, every tool that is available, every means is saying the same thing. Anubhava says the same thing. Logically also it is established. Examples are used to show the same thing. In the example, in the Rajju Sarpa also it can be seen. Shruti also talks about exactly the same thing. Therefore, Sakala Vedanta Tatparya Vishayam Anubhava Yukti Drishtanta Shrutivihi Upadishati. The Guru teaches the Shishya Asat Kalpa Ityadina through the next few shlokas, which have a refrain of how can there be Dvaita? How can Dvaita ever be possible? This is the refrain in a few shlokas. Asat kalpo vikalpoyam vishwamityeka vastuni nirvikare nirakare nirvisheshe bhidakutah. Through Kaimuttika Nyaya, bhidakutah. Where can there be? How can there be bheda? How can there be bheda? Bheda is bheda. Kutah. How can there be bheda? From what, and how is it possible to have Dvaita at all in this nirvikara, nirakara, nirvikara, nirvishesha ekavastu? In this ekavastu, when you know that ayam vishwam, this vikalpa, so vishwam is neuter, vikalpa is pullinga, it is masculine. So asat kalpaha vikalpaha ayam vishwam. This vishwa which you see is asat kalpa. It is similar to asat, not completely non-existent, but it had a pratiti. Now it is as close to asat as possible. It is not shashavishanavat that it cannot have an appearance. It had an appearance, therefore it is not shashavishanavat, but it is not that pratiti means satta. Therefore, vikalpaha, this vishwa vikalpa, vishwam, and vishwam is in samanadikaran, vikalpa, although in neuter. Vikalpa, ayam vikalpaha, asat kalpaha, this vishwam. It is asat kalpaha, and kalpap is a pratyaya used to show it is close to asat. Maybe one of asat, but very close to asat. One of something is a little different. Meaning pratiti is there, that is the difference. Pratiti was there. So this iti eke vastuni, in that one singular vastu which is Brahmatma, where there is no second Brahma, there is no second Abrahma, it is nirvikara, it is nirakara, formless and without any change. Nirvishesha, cannot take any visheshanas also. These words are mere words, no particulars are possible. Particulars are used to separate. You make a general description, then particulars separate one particular from the other in this set of general. But here there is no other. Therefore, nirvisheshe brahmani, vastuni is brahmani, brahmatmani, bheda kutaha. How is it possible that there will be bheda? So that dvaita is atyantam asat, and that atyantam asat is the is explained in the Vyakhyana. Bhagwan Bhashyakara says asat kalpaha, Bhagavad Padacharya says asat kalpaha, and that is explained in the Tika further. Vishwamiti yat, Vishwamiti yat ayam vidhe pradhanyat pullingavat. So pullinga has been used ayam because Vishwam is neuter, but vidhe pradhanya. It has to be said that Vishwa. What is Vishwa? Vishwam, ayam Vishwa, ayam Vishwam. It is Vishwam Yat. So Yat has to be added to say it is neuter. So Yad Vishwam Ayam Vikalpaha is asatkalpah. Asatkalpa. So asatkalpa vikalpa is videya, means it is predicated, and what is predicated is masculine, whereas what is to be predicated is in neuter, and videya pradhanya means predicated is in the grammatical construct is primary, it is predominant, so thereby masculine has been used for the pronoun as well, ayam. So yad vishwam ayam vikalpah asatkalpah. Asatkalpah vikalpah. Ayam vishwam asatkalpah vikalpah. So ayam does not go well, does not sound well because it is pullinga, but it says it is due to videya pradhanya. Vikalpah, what is vikalpa? Vividham kalpyate iti vikalpah. There also you see kalpa. Vikalpa, in that vikalpa, kalpa is there, sitting there. And in asatkalpa, kalpa, a similar word. It is not exact. One is a suffix. In asatkalpa, it is a suffix. But here, vikalpa, vividham kalpyate. The kalp, the dhatu itself is being used with V as upasarga. Vikalpa is vividham kalpyate. Imagine in variety of ways. Therefore, it is called as vikalpa. Iti vikalpa. Ajnanena kalpita eva na vastu bhuta ityartha. It is imagined due to ajnana. It is not really existent. What is that? Vishwam. Vikalpa is Vishwam. You see it in the mind, in the vritti you see. You cognize everything. The entire prapancha is known through the sense organs. In your antakarana, that antakarana vritti is seen by the sakshi, cognized by the sakshi. That antakarana vritti is vikalpa. That vikalpa is the objectification in the mind of this prapancha, which is Vishwam. So Vishwam is also vikalpa because vividham kalpyate. Vishwa is imagined in manifold manner. Ajnanena kalpita eva namastu bhuta ityartha. Asat kalpaha ishad samaptau kalpa pratyaya. So sutra, Panini sutra, Vyakarana sutra says ishad samaptau kalpa. When it is very close to what it is compared with, then that takes up what it is compared with, something which is, let's say Vishwa is compared with Asat Kalpa, then Asat, not Asat Kalpa, Vishwa is compared with Asat, close to Asat. So it is very close to Asat, so that Asat, which is the Samapti, which is being pointed out, that will take the Kalpa Pratyaya. Thereby you get Asat Kalpa. Asat Kalpa means Ishat Samaptu. It is slightly different. Vishwa is little different from Asat, but very close to Asat. Nirantaram Brahma Samahita Manasam Saptamim Bhumikam Gatanam Sarvata Bhana Bhavat Shasha Vishanavat Eva. And although it is not Shasha Vishana, but Shasha Vishanavat, Vyakhyanakara says for a jnani, you cannot say it is mithya. Mithya is a teaching to the sadhaka. Sadhaka should have mithyatva nischaya. Jnani need not have mithyatva nischaya. Jnani in the sense one who has nishtha. Not jnani matra who has jnana, but it is not sthira. When the jnana is sthira, he has absorbed this entire prapancha unto himself. Mithyatva nischaya was complete long back. There are no doubts. Nishtha is there. His sharira, antakarana, all of this is resolved into the, cognitively resolved into the Atma, which is not different from Brahma, and he can stay there without any obstacles. Vasanakshaya is to a great measure that it does not create any obstacles. Vairagya is in great measure, thereby he can remain in that. Manonasha has happened, thereby Shasha Vishanavad Eva. It is like Shasha Vishana, it is like rabbit's horns, which was never existent and can never be existent. So Nirantaram Brahma Samahita Manasam, for those who have resolved their mind and completely remain in Samadhi, Saptamim Bhumikam Gatanam. So Saptamim Bhumikam is the seventh stage. They have reached the seventh stage. In Jivan Mukti Viveka, Bhagavan Vidyaranyacharya explains there are 7 types of jnanis. Jnana is one. Advaita jnana is one. but jnanis are of 7 types based on how much obstacles they have, and further how much sthirata can they land into. So the highest level is said to be where the jnani cannot be that kind of a person who has become absorbed in Atma and can not be woken up by others. He cannot be brought out by others' effort. He cannot make an effort himself to come out because there are no tools available. Prarabdha is such that it is not going to wake that jnani at all, because prarabdha, vasanakshaya has happened so much that there is hardly anything left for him to undergo bhoga of. They are not triggering him back to prapancha. The mind is not triggered back into action. There is no rajas coming back which brings the person out of sattva. There is no tamas which will put him to sleep. He remains in that samadhi without falling asleep, because tamas is not there. He does not become active because rajas is not there, because vasanas are not there and prarabdha bhoga is not there. No more prarabdha is left for him in terms of experience of this. Prarabdha is just to remain in that state. Body has to just be alive. That is the saptami bhumika. Sarvata bhana bhava. There is no bhana at all. There is no appearance of anything. There is no cognition of anything. Thereby, shasha vishanad vad eva. This, what is that? Vishwa, vikalpa. Tad iteresham tu drishtanashta swarupatvat shukti rajatadivat pratibhasika iti asanneva ityanuktva asat kalpa ityuktam. Now there can be Purva Paksha, especially a Purva Paksha of an Advaitin. There are a lot of Advaitins who say, no, you should not talk of Shasha Vishana. Bhagavan Bhashyakara never said it is like Shasha Vishana. If you look at it in Mandukya Bhashya, at one place, Bhagavan Bhashyakara uses the example of Shasha Vishana or Asat. Asat for some Mithya, Vishwa. So how will they explain that? If you have to say mithya, always talk about mithya. Mithya is used, it has to be understood. Mithya, very complicated word to understand. Dvaitins don't understand, or having understood it, still they make aropa on Advaita. And Dvaitins includes Visheshta Dvaitins also. They'll always ask you, what is this Maya, what is Avidya, what is Mithya, you tell me. Is it a second entity, in which case your Advaita Tattva is not right. Means there is something else. If that Maya or Avidya is not separate, it is one, then your Brahma is not Nirguna. So Ubhaya Pasha Rajju, they give you a noose at both ends of the rope. So if you have to pick either of the ends, but it's still a noose, it's not a rope. So they say, if you say Maya is separate, Advaita is compromised and you have landed into Dvaita. If you say Maya is not separate, then Brahma is not Nirguna. Both ways you have lost. But what do we say? No, Maya is not separate. Is Maya one? Maya is not one. Okay, then is it separate? Not separate. So we can't give you an answer as to categorically say whether it is separate or one. Sat or Asat. That is Maya, Anirvachaniya. That is the Mithyatvam, Anirvachaniyatvam. But that is not true for a jnani. For a jnani of this, that Saptami Bhumika, who has attained that Saptami Bhumika, the 7th stage, that kind of a jnani who is a Brahma in the level of not being able to separate at all, he has no cognition at all. From his perspective, if you have to analyze, he has no perspective really. That Paramarthika Drishti, when we talk about, it is not a Drishti at all. Sitting here in the Prapancha, we have to analyze as to what that Paramarthika Drishti of the Jnani, which is not really a Drishti at all, he has no cognition, what would be from that perspective? It is Shunya. Everything other than Atma is Shunya, not Shunyavada. Atma is the infinite Tattva, that is existent. It is completely opposed to Shunyavada, 100% opposite. I mean 180 degrees opposite. So people misunderstand or misquote that you are talking about Shunyavada. We are not talking about Shunyavada. Prapancha is Shunya for the Jnani who is Brahmavit Varishtaha. He is the highest of the Jnanis, and from from his perspective, if we have to analyze it, the prapancha is shunya, shasha vishanavat shunya eva. Now to Purvapakshi says tad itaresham tu drishtanashta swarupatva. But for others, you are talking about the jnanis or a paramarthika perspective, but what about the reality from the perspective of others? Others means the others who are in the 6 bhumikas, who are at the 6 levels, other 6 levels, or those who are not at any level, they are in laukika prapancha. Really, for them who have viveka, for them they will know drishtanashta swarupa. For a viveki, even for a sadhaka who is a viveki and who may fall into those 6 categories because he started his journey by viveka, then vairagya will come. For him the prapancha is what? Drishtanashta swarupa. As it is being seen, it is being destroyed. He knows the change. Scientifically also there is change. The body is undergoing a change every moment. It is changing. Cells are getting destructed and new cells are being born, manifested, however you want to call it. The prapancha is also like that. So the entire prapancha includes my sharira also. So for viveki it is drishtanashta swarupa prapancha. Shukti rajatadivat. Therefore the example of shukti rajat is given, which also many Advaitins also don't like. They prefer mridghata. No, you talk about mridghata, not rajju sarpa. Then if you talk about rajju sarpa, somehow they come to that level. No, don't talk about shasha vishana. An Advaitin who is committed to Atmajnana, he has nothing to do with examples as literal. He has no choice of example. No, you have to talk about only mridghata or rajju sarpa only or shasha vishana. He says you use at whatever stage it drives home the point. The expressions should be solid at that stage. You cannot say that I'll use no, I want the first standard, I should not give up when I'm in 2nd standard or 10th standard. You have to give up, let go. Let go of the examples also, land in the example at that particular stage for that particular jnani in that perspective. We are not saying it is applicable to everyone. We are not teaching shasha vishana to a first standard or to a viveki. To a viveki, he has to have mithya, he has to understand dosha darshana he has to do, and then drishtanashta swarupatvam he understands, then viveka, he drives to vairagya. Jnana comes much later. To that person we don't even teach tattvamasi. We as in orthodoxy does not talk about it at all, let alone adhikaritvam has to be earned first. And these very people who talk about mridghata, they would say no, this can be taught to anyone and everyone. That is the reason that people don't let go. Vairagya is lacking, they don't let go. Anubhava does not come about. They think that some anubhava is going to take place also, it does not come about, because letting go is not easy, vairagya is not easy. And landing into shukti rajata is not easy. Even if you land on shukti rajata, that also we have to hold on to prapancha. It does not happen. It's not easy to let go. Thereby saptami bhumika is very rare, extremely rare. So shukti rajatadivat pratibhasika. It is pratibhasika, natu asat. This is the purvapaksha there. You can talk about, at most we agree that vyavaharika satta is there. From vyavaharika, for jnani who has understood, he has to see pratibhasikatvam. How can you say completely asat? Iti asan eva iti anuktva. That is why Bhagavad Padacharya in the Moola, he is quoting the perspective of the others. For others, it is close to asat, it is not completely asat. Therefore, asan eva iti anuktva. Not having said asat, he said asat kalpa. Iti uktam. Tatha cha mithyattvena tena vastuna brahmana तद्वितीयत्व अभावेन एकवस्तुनि विकाराकार विशेष शून्ये गुणगुणी भाव अवयव अवयवी भाव जाति व्यक्ति भावादि शून्ये तादात्म्यस्य अपि अभावेन भेदा कुतः? How can there be bheda at all? When mithyatva also you take, we are not saying that you hold on to shasha vishana only. We are not saying you come to our paksha. You stay where you are. We are not saying that everyone will become this kind of a saptami bhumika jnani. Saptami bhumika gata jnani is rare. but that's a fact that for that person, since no cognition is there is no mithyatva to talk about. He is not even cognizing the prapancha which you are analyzing and ascertaining with or saying with a word, tagging it with a word that it is mithya. Rajju sarpavat mithya, drishtanashta swarupa. He has no drishtanashta swarupa because there is no drishti itself. Only if there is some drishti, drishya prapancha, then you can say, you can work on the triad and inquire into that and make an analysis and tag it with an example and tag it with a name that it is mithya. So tatha cha mithyattvena tena vastuna. For others, mithyattvena tena vastuna brahmana tad dvitiyatva bhavena. Even if you do mithyatva nishchaya, what is mithyatva nishchaya? Mithyatva nishchaya is it does not have an independent existence, consciousness, ananda. Basically, independent existence it does not have. Then if independent existence is not there, how can it have ananda or sentience? Not possible. So we use satta and explain that satta is not there. What is mithyatva nishchaya? Satta does not belong to prapancha. It belongs to the sakshi, chaitanya, to sat padartha, sad vastu, which I am. So that much you agree. We ask the Purva Pakshi who is an Advaitin. Tena vastuna, so through that mithyatva nishchaya, mithyatvam, tena vastuna brahmana tad dvitiyatva bhavena eka vastuni. Eke vastuni is in the Mula is explained as eka vastuni here with a samasa compound. That Brahma, which is the only vastu there is, vasati iti vastu, only existent entity, that Brahma has no other. Since there is absence of another anything, eka vastuni, in that eka vastu, which is the only existent entity, vikara akara vishesha shunya, which does not have vikara akara or vishesha. Again, he has used samasa. Vikara akara vishesha shunya means what? Nirvikare, nirakare, nirvisheshe in the Mula. In that vastu which is bereft of all these, guna guni bhava, avayava avayavi bhava, jati vyakti bhava, adi, etc. Shunye. In that vastu which does not have guna guni bhava, there is no guna and guni bhava means guna, quality, and that which has a quality. That kind of a difference is not there. And avayava avayi bhava is not there, meaning you cannot have difference of part and one who has parts. So that part, something is made up of part. Then you say what? There is some existent vastu which has parts. But Brahma is not like that. So avayava avayi bhava is not possible. What about jati vyakti bhava? Jati vyakti means vyakti is an individual member. Jati is the species or a class. So member and one who has member, that class, that kind of division is not possible. So guna guni bhava is not possible. Avayava avayi bhava is not possible. Jati vyakti bhava is not possible. Etc. means no other pairs are possible. That division is possible only when in something which is existent separate, then you can show division. Everything has become one. There is no other. Thereby guna guni bhava, avayavi bhava, jati vyakti bhavadi shunye brahmani vastuni tadatmyasya api abhavena bhidakutah. That tadatmya sambandha will also not be possible because there is nothing else. Guni can have some association with some another guni or some other guna also. Assuming that it is possible, hypothetically or theoretically, some sambandha between the two are possible when there is a second, whether it is of the same type of species or a different type of species. Tadatmya sambandha, let's assume it was possible, but second is not there. So tadatmya sambandha identification is not possible. You identify with something else. You cannot identify with yourself. Identifying with yourself is figurative, to say that you dissociate identification with anything and anyone else. Drop off mamakara, ahankara, and with the sharira also, koshas also, when you drop off ahankara, that tadatmya sambandha goes away. Then where is the tadatmya sambandha with? Figuratively you can say that it is with myself. but really it is not identification with yourself. You cannot identify with yourself because you are the identity who is identifying with others. Therefore tadatmyasyapi abhavena bheda kutah bhedah kutah. There is no possibility of bheda. So dvaita is what? Atyantam asat. This is what Bhagavan Vyakhyanakara is deriving from this sutra. Very beautifully explained. You cannot have doubts, and anyone who has doubts, it should be resolved. It is that beautiful. At all stages it has been explained that what is that mithyatva, at what stage mithyatva has to be used, vyavharika satta where to use, pratibhasika where to use, and atyantam sat means what. With examples it has been explained. So anubhava yukti drishtanta shruti bhi upadishati. Shruti has not come yet. So further the shloka says द्रष्टु दर्शन दृश्यादि भाव शून्यैक वस्तुनि निर्विकारे निराकारे निर्विशेषे भिदा कुतः. So 401st shloka is in continuation. There is a typo there in my print at least, that Vedanta Bharati book has virvisheshe, it should be nirvisheshe. And second line is same. So nirvikare nirakare nirvisheshe vastuni brahmani atmani bhida kutah. How can there be dvaita, division? How can there be? Why? Drashtu darshana drishyadi bhava shunyaika vastuni. Earlier Adipada has been mentioned, that Adipada is a peek into the next shloka. Adipada in what? In the Vyakhyana, where he says guna guni bhava, avayavavi bhava, jati vyakti bhava, adi. That adi here is drashtu darshana drishyadi bhava shunyaika vastuni. In that vastu which is Brahma, which is Atma, which is me, which is one, eka, which is bereft of what? Bhava, such as what? This drashtru darshana drishyadi bhava. There also Adipada is there. Drashtru darshana drishya. This is a triad which we talk about as Triputi. Drashtru is a drashta, one who sees, cognizer, and seeing is upalakshana, one who objectifies. This subject, darshana which is the object, drishya which is the object, and darshana which is the connection between them, which makes the cognition possible. So between the cognition, not what makes the cognition possible, cognition itself, that cognizer, cognized, and cognition, this kind of a triad Triputi, that kind of triad is absent in which vastu, which Brahmatma, in that Atma which is nirvikara, nirakara, nirvishesha, bheda kutah. How can there be bheda? To talk about mithyatvam also you need the pratiti of bheda. There is no pratiti even now. Now in the sense in Saptami Bhumika. Saptami Bhumika is Shuddha Brahma Swarupa. In that Shuddha Brahma Swarupa, where he has no bhana of the Sharira itself, where the Prapancha is, it is not there at all. It cannot be cognized within, even he does not have any association with Kosha. Tadatmya Sambandha is not possible. Then where is the Dvaita that you talk of? Pray tell. It is not there at all. It was never there. For that Jnani, it cannot be there. Drashta Pramata. Drashta is who? Who for whom all the Pramana Vyavahara is. He says, I see this Prapancha. I saw with my own eyes. I hear with my own ears. He is the Pramata. He brings validity. He makes a statement of validity using the valid Pramana. That is the Pramata. Darshanam Pramitihi. Darshana is that cognition. And Drishyam is Prameyam. Drishyam is Prameyam, that object. Adipadena Pramana Parigraha. Pramana has not been mentioned. Pramana Vyavahara is mentioned with the Triputi, how that works, but Adipadena, Adi includes Pramana also. Pramana is the means. So you have this Bhave Vyutpatti Pramitihi with tin pratyaya, which is cognition. Pramata, the cognizer. Drishyam, Prameyam, the cognized. Adipadena Pramana. So Pramana is the means to that cognition. That is also included. That kind of division is not possible in which it is bereft of. Atma is bereft of all of this. All of these are just mere pratiti. And pratiti is also not there in that Atma once you have resolved yourself in that. Yourself in the sense everything is resolved there. You have become one with Brahma, meaning you are never separate. There is no real becoming one because you are always one. Kartru karana karyani va. or adipadena kartrukarana karyani va karta karana karya. Triad extended from drashta, because in drashta what is there? Pramata means cognition. Cognition has no kriya really, although dhatu rupa kriya is there. With dhatu itself we has some kriya, but that kriya is cognitive, which is subtle. You see, you hear, all this is from the indriyas inward through the antakarana, through the buddhi, and to atma. But when you talk about external kriya, there you have a karta. He cannot be called as a pramata anymore. He is a karta. So karta, karana and karya, that is another triputi possible when somebody is a doer, physically doing something, thereby that is also possibility with adipada. Etat sarvam avidyavasthaya. When is all this possible? Only in the avidyavastha. Only when avidya is active, it can create results. Vastutah nirvikalpe kevalakhanda chinmatre yatra tasya sarvamatmaiva bhutat kampashyet ityadi shrutya jnanavasthayam ajnananashat tanmulakanam drashtudarshana drishyadi bhavanam abhavat drashtudarshana drishyadi rupa ye bhavaha taihi shunyam yad ekam vastu tasmin nirvikare vikara shunye nirakare avayava samsthana shunye bheda bhedah kutah naiva asti ityarthah. So etat sarvam avidyavasthayam, all this triad, all the triputi, all the dvandva is possible only in ajnana avastha. In jnana avastha, vastutah, in reality, nirvikalpe. Nirvikalpe means which was not explained in the earlier tika. Earlier shloka tika, he combined those words into one samasa, and Bhagavan Vyakyanakara just explained it, closed the statement in the shloka, because there is a refrain. He has time to explain the second pada words in the upcoming shloka. So here he takes that up and says, what is nirvikalpa? What is nirvikalpe? Nirvikalpe, actually nirvikalpa, there the word is not there, but he says nirvikalpe, he is added nirvikare, nirakare, nirvisheshe, he says nirvikalpe, because vikalpa has gone by earlier in that asat kalpa vikalpa. Vikalpa is not there. Ayam vikalpa, asat kalpa has been said. So that vikalpa is asat means nirvikalpa. So it brings that idea here. We talk about nirvikalpa samadhi, we talk about nirvikalpa brahma, and vikalpa, which is vishwa, is said to be ayam vikalpaha, ayam vishwam, yat ayam vikalpaha asat kalpa was said, so meaning nirvikalpaha. Thereby he comments on nirvikalpa. Vastutha nirvikalpe. Nirvikalpe is kevala akhanda chinmatra. What is that vastu? It is kevala akhanda chinmatra. It is consciousness which is not segmented. It is mere homogeneous consciousness. Why? Yatra tvasya, and there is bhidakutah is the refrain there. Yatra tu, so shruti bhi was said, so shruti has to be quoted. He quotes the shruti. Brihadaranyaka shruti says yatra tvasya sarvam atmaiva bhutat kena kampashyet. How can there be any kind of triad, any kind of means of knowledge to one who has become one, who sees nothing other than himself? Himself meaning not with body mind sense complex, atma. Everything has become brahmatma. For him, what tool is there and what is separate to be seen? Seeing being upalakshana for every cognition. When there is nothing to be cognized, there is no tool to cognize. What means will he use, and will use it for what? Not possible. It's a rhetoric to say that it is not possible. Ityadi shrutya, and there are several such shrutis which talk about the jnana avastha. In the jnana avasthayam, when ajnana nasha has happened, due to ajnana nashat, tanmulakana, whatever is the root cause, that ajnana itself has gone. So the resultant of the ajnana, which is what? Drashtu darshana drishyadi bhava. So drashtu darshana drishyadi bhavanam tanmulakanam, which are ajna, tanmulaka is ajnana mulakanam, which are due to ajnana, those drashta darshana drishya kind of divisions, or karta bhokta kind of divisions, or kartru karana karya kind of divisions, or pramana kind of a separation, all of these are not possible because abhavat drashtu darshana drishyadi rupa ye bhavaha, those which are seen as existent entities or separate existent things, taihi shunyam yad ekam vastu, that vastu vasati iti vastu brahma, one which is the only existent entity, which is atma, in that atma tasmin, which is bereft of all these other bhavas, because there is no other, and thereby nirvikara, cannot undergo any change, vikara shunye, nirakare, meaning avayava samsthana shunye, which does not have any parts, therefore it cannot have an akara made by these parts, cannot have a form. Bheda kutaha means bhedaha kutaha, division, how can it be? So kaimutika nyaya, kutaha means not that question which has to be answered, it's a rhetoric. Naiva asti iti artha, meaning it is definitely not there. Prakriti vikara bhavat jabhavat na bheda prasaktirapi iti bhavaha, and due to now this is extended further, prakriti vikara bhava adi are also not there, abhavat. Prakriti vikara, the prakriti maya and its elements that it creates, mahadadi tattva, are also not there. Prakriti itself is resolved. So prakriti and prakriti vikara cannot be there. That kind of division is not possible. Therefore, na bheda prasaktirapi, there is no possibility of bheda, because that prakriti maya which starts creating prapancha at the end of the kalpa even, or at the end of a nitya pralayaha, at the end of sushupti also, that will also not be there. Therefore, bheda prasaktirapi nasti iti bhavaha. No means nasti. Kalparnavaivatyanta paripurnaika vastuni nirvikare nirakare nirvisheshe bhida kutaha. Same refrain, but first pada says, first half says, kalparnava iva atyanta paripurna eka vastuni. Example is given. Which is this eka vastu? Eka vastu Brahma is like what? Like kalparnava. This kalparnava has come earlier in the tika, because tikakara has a drishti which is across the entire, not only entire prakarana, but entire Upanishad, entire Vedas, the Vyakhyanakara has a drishti. Therefore, they bring in examples from Shruti, Smriti, Purana, from Itihasa. The Vyakhyanakaras bring it, everything that fits in. Absolutely great minds. Therefore, Kalparnava which comes in this shloka has also gone by in the Vyakhyana earlier. Then thereby you see more repetition. It seems more repetition than there is in the shlokas, because Vyakhyanakara brings in from earlier and later shlokas as well. And Kalparnava is what? In the Puranas there is talk of floods at the end of the Kalpa. So all the three worlds become one in one flood. So that kind of an idea is given. Everything is resolved into a flood of destruction. Or we say, Shiva is the destroyer, and thereby everything will be resolved in pralaya, in this samudra, huge, there will be a huge flow, everything will go away in that flow. And people use that and talk about it. Similarly, that Kalparna, when everything has been swallowed up in that ocean of pralaya, at the end of the kalpanta pralaya, kalpanta samudravat, in that kind of a flood, everything has gone. So that is one samudra. You cannot have segmentation. You cannot have islands or three worlds separated out. We talk about these islands on the earth also. These whatever continents we talk about, they are separated by samudra. Imagine samudra then with name, of course, but it's all water body, one water body in which all continents are there. So at the end of the kalpa, if you take even the earth, let's say all the land is swallowed up in the oceans, then it is a single ocean. How can there be division of, you cannot say that, okay, this is Indian Ocean, that is another ocean. You cannot have any segmentation, because there are no continents to separate it out anymore. That is the example here. Kalparnava iva atyanta paripurnaika vastani. That flood which is so full, it is full of everything because it has swallowed up everything. Similarly, this vastu is which has swallowed up entire prapancha. In fact, Brahma, Guru, there is one stuti to the Guru. Who is the Guru? So other stuti is Gukara Andakaro, Rukara Stejochyate. But there is another which says Ajnana Grasakam Brahma Gururevana Samshayaha. So I don't remember the first half, but Ajnana Grasakam Brahma Gururevana Samshaya. The Guru is that Brahma who swallows the Ajnana. Similarly, here this Vastu is that which has swallowed everything. Ajnana Karya has been swallowed. And swallowing is like the Drishtanta there to explain that shloka. Bhagavan Sridhar Swamiji gives that example. He says that Surya, when the Surya comes up, then what happens to the darkness? The darkness is as though swallowed up by the Surya. Similarly, when Jnanotpatti, that Teja, Jnana Teja, Jnana Surya, Utpatti happens, Udaya happens, Jnanodaya happens, then Ajnana Andhakara is swallowed by him. Who is that? Finally, it is the Guru. That is the stuti for the Guru. That is that Eka Vastu, Eka Brahma, and which is Nirvikara, Nirakara, Nirvishesha, Bhida Kuta, Bheda Kuta. Pralaya Kale Chattvaro api Samudraha Militaha Dvipadi Shunyataya Kevalam Jalamayam Jagat Kurvanti iti Puraneshu Avagamyate. It is seen in the Purana that in Pralaya Kala, all the four Samudras, whichever are discussed there, they become one, and they do not have any the islands anymore. All the islands are also resolved into them. Therefore, Jalamayam, they remain only in the form of Jala. Everything has been swallowed up in the waters of the ocean, the Pralaya Kala ocean. It is known in the Purana. Just a minute. I'm sorry. Tada sarvatra jalameva na bhubhaga kaschit vibhajaka bhavat. Since there is nothing to divide this ocean, the islands were kind of dividing this ocean. Actually, islands were not even dividing, but pratiti of division was there. That pratiti will also not be there when islands themselves have been resolved in this. So, bhubhaga kaschit nasti. When bhubhaga is not there, no land is there to divide, then sarvatra jalameva. There is only Jala, nothing else is there. Similarly, only Brahma, nothing else is there. Very nice example to drive home the point. Of course, if we have some understanding of Purana, or if we can even understand what that Purana is talking about, we know what Pralaya is, ityadi. Chaturnam api samudranam bhubhaga avasthayam vibhaktanam eki bhutatvat kalparnava iti ekavachanam. So Kalparnava has been talked about as one ocean because everything with a singular, because everything has become one there. Tadapi akashadikam asti eva tathapi. So tadapi akashadikam asti eva tathapi sarvatra jalam purnam shrotru buddhyarohaya ishuriva savita dhavati iti vad drishtantaha. This ishuriva savita dhavati has been used by Bhagavan Vyakhyanakara earlier also to show that example has to be used only as an example. You should not inquire further into the example to compare. What is compared, that is all it is. It is like a rhetoric. It is not literal. You cannot take everything literal and analyze. No, how can it be like this Jala? Brahma is not Jala. So that is nonsensical. You are losing focus and inquiring into the example beyond a point. Every example by the best of the acharyas will become ridiculous. By best of scientists also it will become ridiculous. No teaching will work. Example is ekadesha. Only one part of the example is compared with the exemplified. That is all your focus should be on. You should not inquire into it further. Any inquiry will show that these are two separate entities. That is why they are two separate entities. Otherwise, example will not be possible. The example is given to show that they are separate, they are similar, not same. If they are same, how can you give an example? because the example shown will be same as the exemplified. In same there is no comparison possible. In similar there is comparison possible, and it is ekadesha similarity. One part is compared, not everything. Like Ishuriva Savita Dhavati. What Ishuriva? The sun runs like an arrow. Arrow and sun, there is no comparison possible really. But that dhavana kriya, running or going, moving fast, that is the comparison. You stop there. Similarly here also he says akashadikam asti. If you say, oh no, akasha is there, what are you saying, that only samudra is there at the end of the kalpa? Akasha is there. So how can you say Brahma is one like samudra, kalpanta samudra, kalparnava? You cannot make that statement because akasha is there. It is not one. No, our example is only that samudra where continents are not separate, samudra is not divided. We are not taking the example akasha is there, let it be there. Our example is not that. We are taking only this ekadesha of samudra not being divided. Similarly, Brahma example, when you take, he is inquiring into the example, and Purvapakshi may be asking about the example itself. So example is close, saying that Ishureva Savita Dhavati Vat iti Vat. So Jala is Purna, and it is used as an example for what? Shrotru Buddhyarohaya, only for the listener to understand it. Understand it clearly. After he understands, he should not carry the example, he should drop it. Ataeva Atyanta Purna Ityuktam. Therefore, Atyanta Purna is said. Atyanta Purnatvam is not literal in the example. In the exemplified it is literal. In example it is not. Jaya Nakasha Ityadi Shrutya Padosya Sarva Bhutani Tripadasya Divi iti Shrutya cha Nirupam Nirupama Bhumani Paramatmani Ekavastuni Nirvikare Nirakare Nirvisheshe Bhidakutaha. Thereby Jayan Akasha, the Chandogya Shruti said, it is superior, subtler to Akasha, this Brahmatma Tattva. Ityadi Shrutya, through these kind of Shrutis, or Padosya Sarva Bhutani Tripadasya Amrutam Divi in Chandogya Upanishad, or even in Purusha Sukta we have seen earlier. Pada asya pada sarva bhutani asya padaha bhavati. So this entire all the bhavanti, or we can in singular also we can land in all of these beings which are existent, sentient and insentient, are what? All the things, beings and things, are just 1/4 of this Purusha, of this Brahma, of Ishvara. They are just 1/4. Only 1/4 is manifested, and that is still Purna. Tripadasya Amritam Divi, and the other 3/4 are in heaven. So it's a description of for Upasana there is a description as well. In heaven, Divi, in the heaven the 3/4 are there, and in Upasana they say that his feet is on the earth, head is in the heaven. So there is a description, very beautiful description for those who are bhaktas, who are Upasana is taught. But what is being said, Tattva, is that it is an Ananta Tattva. It is one Ananta Tattva. Ityadi Shrutya, what? Iti Shrutya cha Nirupama Bhumani, that which cannot be compared. Somehow Upasana is also taught. There cannot be Upasana on infinity, which includes you. How can you objectify that? But we still do. Shruti teaches that. It is all a comparison of someone, or depiction of someone who can never be depicted. How can that Nirguna Brahma, who has no parts, said to be having a head which is in Divi, in Devloka? How can you talk about it? It cannot be talked about, but Shruti still does it for Chitta Shuddhi, for your Siddhis, it talks about it. Upasana is taught. Something has to be done to get you there. That imagine that kind of infinity cannot be taught. But then this Prapancha, do you see? Do you understand? Science says that it is ever growing universe. Yes, I do understand. It is tending to infinity. That is just 1/4 of this Purusha. Thereby you know that how much you don't know. Thereby the entire process of the mind wanting to objectify that which cannot be objectified goes away gradually. Thereby Nirupama Bhumani Paramatmani, that Paramatma which cannot have an example because there is no second. So some similarity is explained in each and every example. One part becomes clear, another becomes clear in another example, and thereby ekavastuni nirvikare nirakara nirvishe bhida kutah. There is no example also separate from this exemplified, so there is nothing which can explain. That was the shloka. We started a little late. I'll take a couple of more minutes and do the next small shloka. Purvopi bhedabhave api bhedabhranti karanam ajnanam avartishta tasya samulaghatam hatatvat idanim bhedabhrantirapi na ityah tejasi iti. So purvopi bhedabhave, earlier also there was no bheda. Still bhedabhranti karanam ajnanam avartishta. Even then there was this pratiti, bhranti of bheda was there. And why was it there? Because ajnana was there at its karana. Although really no duality was there even in the pratiti kala, when prapancha was cognized in the ajnana kala, ajnana avastha, bheda was not there. Really dvaita was not there, but dvaita pratiti was there, dvaita bhranti was there. That bhranti was there due to ajnana. Tasya samula ghatam hatatvat, and that also has been destroyed with its root cause. That pratiti bhranti has been destroyed with ajnana, which is its root cause. Idanim, now in this jnana avastha, bheda bhranti rapi na ityah, that bhranti of duality is also not there. So mithyatva is not possible there. To talk of mithyatva, pratiti has to be there. Pratiti is not there. What mithyatva? Shunyam eva sarvam, other than Brahma. And that's how Bhada Samanadhikaran also works. Sarvam khalvidam Brahma means sarvam nasti, Brahma eva asti, and Brahma Atma asmi, Brahma eva asmi really there. Atma asmi, I am that Brahma, I am there, but sarvam aham, everything is me, everything is not existent, I am the existent entity. Tejasiva tamo yatra vilinam bhranti karanam advitiye pare tattve nirvisheshe bhidakutah. It drops the third pada and replaces it with advitiye pare tattve. In that advitiya parattatva, parabrahma, nirvishesha, in that nirvishesha tattva, bhidakutah, bheda, where is it? Tejasi iva tamaha yatra vilinam. Where is the darkness gone? We saw the example when Suryodaya happens. Where the darkness has gone? Darkness has been swallowed by the Surya. Darkness tamaha tejasi iva vilinam yatra. In that state where, like the darkness which has been swallowed up or has been resolved or has been completely destroyed by tejaha, tejas, bhranti karanam is also similar. Bhranti karanam yatra vilinam, yatra brahmani tejasi iva tamaha yatra tejasi iva bhranti karanam vilinam, yatra brahmani. So tejasi iva tamaha yatra brahmani bhranti karanam vilinam tasmin advitiye pare tattve nirvisheshe bhidakutah. Nirvishesha atmani bhidakutah, where bhranti karana is also resolved or destroyed. Advaita, bhranti karana is ajnana. In that advaita brahma where bhranti karana, ajnana has been resolved, in that advitiya brahma, how can there be dvaita? Tamaha is ajnanam, andakarascha. Tamaha stands for both, so it can be reused, he says. Why ajnana has not been supplied? Because tamaha is there. Tamaha means literally darkness. It also means darkness in the form of ignorance, or not ignorance, ajnana. Ignorance is not a good translation. Yatra paramatmani bhranti karanam tamaha ajnanam tejasi suryadi prakasha. In teja means in light, like surya ityadi, prakasha of surya ityadi. Tamaha iva andakara iva, tamaha means andakara, like andakara, like darkness, vilinam, where it is resolved. Nashtam, vilinam is not resolved, because we don't say that darkness has been resolved into the Surya Prakasha. We say it has been destroyed by Surya Prakasha. Similarly, ajnana is not necessary to be thought of as resolved in Atma. It is destroyed by Atma Jnana. Thereby advitiye pare tattve nirvisheshe bhidakutah. विभेद जनके ज्ञाने नाशम अत्यंतिकं गते आत्मनो ब्रह्मणो भेदम असंतं करिष्यति. Vishnu Purana, which Dvaitins used, this is very nice, iti pramana. This Vishnu Purana is a pramana to Dvaitins. Let us use Vishnu Purana and quote that, says Bhagwan Vyakhyanakara. No, Dvaita is there, Purana says so. Take your own Purana, Vishnu Purana. Vibheda janake ajnane nasham atyantikam gate. When gate sati saptami, when the ajnana has been destroyed completely, atyantika nasha is there, ajnana has been completely destroyed. What is this ajnana? Vibheda janaka. This ajnana was the cause, which was the generator, or which gave birth to this vibheda, this vishesha bheda. All this dvaita prapancha and dvaita that you talk about, jiva is separate from another jiva, jiva is separate from Ishvara, jiva is separate from prapancha vastus are separate from each other. All sorts of dualities, pluralities you talk of, that is created by jnana. Says your own Vishnu Purana. Your, in a sense, it is our as well, but we quote them because it is pramana for them. And they even reinterpret the Shruti by using this Vishnu Purana, Bhagavatam, Padma Purana ityadi. So Atmana Brahmana Bhedam, between Atma and Brahma, Bheda is not there, Asantam. Asantam Bhedam. Kaha Karishyati. Who will create that non-existent division between Atma and Brahma when Ajnana, which is the creator of division, has been destroyed completely? Says Vishnu Purana. So that Vishnu better than Shiva, Shiva better than Vishnu, all are Purana Kathas for Shraddha of devotees, for them to reach a particular point where Advaita Jnana will be possible. But to hold on to that Satya, as literal, as historical thing which has happened, and not referring to any other Purana, to see that contradictory ideas have been taught there and why. Without that, you just hold on to that, then that very Purana you study completely. Then you will know, and without that bias and not holding on to one part of the Purana as real and other as not real. Don't do that. You study that completely. There itself you will see. We tell the Purvapakshi, Dvaitin, Vishishta Dvaitin, all of these. Vibheda janake ajnane nasham atyantikam gate atmano brahmano bhedam asantam kaha karishyati. Who will create that bheda? There is no second to create that bheda. Ajnana is destroyed. Who will create it? Nobody can create bheda, because bheda is unreal. Iti pramana. This is 403rd shloka. We'll see 404th in the next patha. Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tamagocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmiham. Any questions? No questions. I'll see you in the next patha. Namaste.